Fidel Alejandro Castro was a Cuban revolutionary and politician who was the leader of Cuba from 1959 to 2008, serving as the Prime Minister of Cuba from 1959 to 1976 and President from 1976 to 2008. Ideologically a Marxist-Leninist and Cuban nationalist, he also served as the first Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba from 1961 until 2011. Under his administration, Cuba became one-party communist state. Industry and businesses were nationalized and socialist reforms were implemented throughout society. Born in Biran, the son of a wealthy Spanish farmer, Castro adopted the leftist and anti-imperialist ideas while studying law at the University of Havana. After participating in rebellions against right-wing governments in the Dominican Republic and Colombia, he planned the overthrow of Cuban President Fulgencio Batista, launching a failed attack on the Moncada barracks in 1953. After a year's imprisonment, Castro traveled to Mexico, where he formed a revolutionary group, the 26th of July movement, with his brother Raúl Castro and Ernesto Che Guevara. Returning to Cuba, Castro took a key role in the Cuban Revolution by leading the movement in a guerrilla war against Batista's forces from Sierra Maestra. After Batista's overthrow in 1959, Castro assumed military and political power as Cuba's prime minister. The United States came to oppose Castro's government and unsuccessfully attempted to remove him by assassination, economic embargo, and counter-revolution, including the Bay of Pigs invasion of 1961. Countering these threats, Castro aligned with the Soviet Union and allowed the Soviets to place nuclear weapons in Cuba, resulting in the Cuban Missile Crisis, a defining incident of the Cold War in 1962. Adopting a Marxist-Leninist model of development, Castro converted Cuba into one-party, socialist state under Communist Party rule, the first in the Western Hemisphere. Policies introducing central economic planning and expanding healthcare and education were accompanied by state control of the press and the establishment of Marxist governments in Chile, Nicaragua, and Grenada, as well as sending troops to aid allies in Yom Kippur, Ogaden, and Angolan civil war. These actions, coupled with Castro's leadership of the non-aligned movement from 1979 to 1983 and Cuba's medical internationalism, increased Cuba's profile on world stage. Following the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, Castro led Cuba through the economic downturn of the special period, embracing environmentalist and anti-globalization ideas. In the 2000s, Castro forged alliances in Latin America, Pink Tide, namely with Hugo Chavez, Venezuela, and formed the Bolivarian Alliance for the Americas. In 2006, Castro transferred his responsibility to Vice President Raúl Castro, who was elected to the presidency by the National Assembly in 2008. The longest-serving non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st centuries, Castro paralyzed opinion throughout the world. His supporters view him as a champion of socialism and anti-imperialism, whose revolutionary government advanced economic and social justice while securing Cuba's independence from the U.S. hegemony. Critics call him a dictator whose administration oversaw human rights abuses, the exodus of many Cubans, and the impoverishment of the country's economy.